afternoon with pure Coys.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone's well on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. The sun is out here in the West Country. And listen, I got no one to blame for that. The blame game, guys. It is going round, isn't it? Who is at fault for Tottenham's terrible season? Is it the referees? Is it the state of the pitch at White Hart Lane and the training pitch at Spurs? Is it the managers? Is it the fans? Is it the players? It's everyone, right? Everyone is at fault. Forget the main one. Enoch. Enoch is at fault. They're to blame for everything. Guys, it's one of them, isn't it? It feels like one of them. We are just coming up with so many excuses about what's to blame for Tottenham's terrible, terrible season. We forget that last season was equally as terrible in the Premier League. And I think it's a mix of everything, right? It is a mix of everything. The injuries are not helping. Why are we getting so many injuries? Is it the state of the pitches at Tottenham? Is it the training facilities at Tottenham? I don't think so, because as far as I'm aware, Xavi Simons got injured away from home. Maddison got injured away from home. I don't really think it's anything to do with the pitches. That's just bad luck. But the medical team have a lot to answer for. I think for me, they're the big losers in this, because I don't think they're doing their job right at all. Xavi Simons is a perfect example. We've seen it before with Dragishin, right? Xavi Simons goes down in absolute agony. And they come on. They're moving his knee up and down, like I've said before. They make him get up, get back on the pitch, only for him to go down again. Now, listen, for me, I don't know about these kind of things, but you would think the medical team would have some sort of idea. There's a good chance this could be quite serious. Let's get him off. I don't think the players help, by the way. I don't think the players help going down, rolling around constantly, faking a lot of shit. So I don't think they help. Maybe it's too many times cried wolf, who knows? But the medical team should know. Okay, there's a good chance this is something quite serious. Let's get you off as a precaution. Let's not make you do anything else. And like I say, they've got form. They did it with Dragishin as well. And guys, I'm not sure. I think the medical team have a lot to answer. And I've got some news on different things we will go through as the show goes on. But good afternoon, all. I hope everyone's well. It's my first show of the week. Let's see who's in the chat. It is all about you guys. After all, the sporting journey was the first thing before we started saying good afternoon, Nigel. I hope you're well, mate. I am very good. I hope you are too. And he says, good afternoon, chat. Please remember to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Thank you, guys. I'm not going to mention it the whole show, but it is so important that you smash that like button as you come in, because get past 50 likes, it just pushes you out to more people, apparently. So any help getting to 50 would be fantastic. Any more than 50 as we go on would be bloody amazing. But guys, got to have 50 people in there first, right? But you can help by smashing that like, and of course, if you haven't subbed, sub as well. I really would appreciate it. Isn't that amazing? That as soon as I start a show, my phone starts going. And it is what it is. Lee says, hello everyone, big up to you, Lee. I hope you're well, mate. I hope you are well. And Marcus is in as well. Big up, Nige. Big up to you, Marcus. Hope you're well, buddy. Where are you off to today? What part of the world is Marcus in? Well, I say what part of the world. What part of the UK is Marcus in today? I'm going to go for Stockport. I don't know why, but it was the first place that come to my head. Marcus, let us know where you are. Rodney saying, big up to all. Come on, you Spurs. Big up to you, Rodney. I hope you're well, mate. And Sport and Junior says, big up, Anthony. I hope you are well. Absolutely. And he says, big up to Rodney as well. Pete Chambers is in. Afternoon, guys. And big up, Knives. Big up to you, Pete. I've just made you a mod. Never thought I'd say that I'd make an Arsenal fan a moderator on my channel, but I trust this guy. He's a good guy. Big up to you, Pete. I hope you're well, mate. Logan says, good afternoon, Knives, mate. And the chat, big up, everyone. Big up to you, Logan. I hope you're well, my friend. I hope you are well. and the Sporting Journey is saying good afternoon to Logan and Pete, and Logan saying the same. Big up, Ghosted, saying big up, Nige, big up to you, Ghosted. Hope you're well, mate. How's things with you? What do we make of all of this crap that's going on at Spurs at the moment? Guy from the lane is in. Oi, oi. Big up, mate. He said, oi, oi, antisocial litter. You lifting our hopes. Listen, I'm going to try. I can't promise anything, Guy. My positivity is running low at the moment. Yes, I am near on empty in the positivity at the moment, but we will see what we can do. How's the cold? How's the nose? I mean, you know, fair play. I did see you take the camera off last night for a little bit. It's like, woo, okay, take the camera back off, buddy. But big up to you. And Ghost of the Sen, big up to the chat as well. Pete saying the phrase has been used a few times. It's simply a perfect storm, and everything in it has gone against you. There's a saying, you can't fight fate. I'm sorry to say, listen, I can't give up that at the moment. As far as I'm concerned, fate is that Tottenham are staying up. Can't give up the old fate thing yet. We're not going down yet. You know what? I see it differently than a lot of people. And I'll explain quickly before we get into the shit. I'll explain why I see it slightly different. Obviously, Brentford, West Ham at the weekend. Now, Brentford are a decent side. You know, they're not brilliant, but they're a decent side. They're a lot better than Spurs. Watched them last night against football. That first half, they played some breathtaking football. And the big man up front, who's been breathtaking all season, was bloody shocking. If he had his shooting boots on, they would have beat United. As it is, he didn't. Now, I see them beating West Ham Saturday. I'm hoping they do, or whenever they play. I'm hoping they do. And then there's a bit of a free hit against Villa. Okay. Now, I don't expect us to win against Villa, but you never know in football, right? You never know in football. You can say the same for West Ham. But let's say West Ham draw against Brentford. They're 3 points ahead of us. Say we get a point against Villa. The status quo remains. That Leeds game then becomes a massive game. And it is ifs and buts, right? But if we can get a victory against Leeds and West Ham, as expected, we would hope, lose to Arsenal, suddenly we're out of the bottom three. Then you're looking at the penultimate game. Newcastle, West Ham, Tottenham away at Chelsea. Now, I know Newcastle are having a poor season, right? They are having a poor season, but I'm looking at that game and people will say, oh, West Ham won their last year. I don't care about last year. This is this year. And I think Newcastle beat them. I also think Chelsea beat us. So for me, it goes to the last game of the season. Tottenham at home, go Everton. In our own hands. We win the game. We stay up. Bish, bash, bosh. Not bad, eh? Not bad. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm thinking could happen. Listen, might all go tits up at the weekend. Brentford beat West Ham. We lose to Villa. My mood will be slightly different. But right now, I'm feeling confident and I'm feeling positive that we will just about survive. Bikey Yedson, send big up, Nige. Smash those likes. Yeah, big up to you, Bikey Yed. Hope you're well, mate, Rolly. And yes, smash the likes. Really would appreciate it. Dr. Tottenham Therapy, big up to you, mate. I hope you are well. Liking the thumbnails. Keep going. Got a feeling maybe I should have put you in a doctor's thing, shouldn't I? In the old intro. But listen, we can talk about that. If you need it, you need it. It's all good. Guy from the lane saying is not the pitch or the training pitch. I'm doing a video on it. I've been on the phone with CGT, who put in the training pitches. Also done a massive deep dive on Premier pitches. It's all BS. I am absolutely in agreement with you there, Guy. I don't agree with you on everything, mate, but I agree with you on this. Absolutely one thing. It's just another excuse, right? It really is, especially as half the injuries we've had haven't even happened at home, right? So it is what it is. It's just one of those seasons where we are just getting really badly serious injuries. Of course, the end of last season as well. With Kulu, we're just being really unlucky with injuries. The injuries we have got. How many ACLs do you want in a season? That's got to be a record for a Premier League side, surely. But I do kind of think just bring back the old quagmire of pitches, right? I can't remember players getting ACLs back in the day, back in the 80s. Can't remember players getting ACLs. I'm sure they did, and it probably ended their career back then. But there just seems to be so many of them now. Maybe the pitches are just too perfect in general, right? Just too flat. Maybe we need a little bit of unevenness sometimes so the studs don't get caught. I don't know. Um, guys, let me know what you think. Do you think it's the pitches? Do you think Guy is wrong? Andy says, afternoon, Nige. We are right-oed mess. Enoch out. Absolutely, mate. We are. We are right-oed mess. And 100% Enoch out, guys. I will be on the Brian train with him, and I will be doing whatever I can to get Enoch out. If it costs me £10 a month to pay into something, I will happily do it to get this board out of our club. They need to go, and they need to go ASAP. Is the only chance, in my opinion, we have of moving this club forward is to get this ownership out of the club and get something new in. What we get is another question, but Enoch have to go, right? They have destroyed this club. Guys, a big up chat and Nige and Ding. I can't do your accent, mate. It is what it is. Marcus said Bradford. Okay, that's not too far from where I said, right? Stockport. It's kind of Manchester way, so it's north. You know, drive safe, mate. Stay safe. Pete Chambers saying, cheers, Nige. No problem, mate. Anytime. Bikey is saying, big up, Guy from the Lane. Guys, if you haven't, get over to Guy from the Lane, smash a sub for him, and also get over to Bikey Kid and smash a sub for Bikey Kid as well. And anyone who wants to put a chat in, their link in for their channel, stick it in, and I will bring it up. Absolutely. Let's get some subs for these new guys because they deserve it, right? They deserve it. YouTube is not easy, it's hard work. And I'm an advocate for supporting all the smaller channels. I'm a smaller channel myself, and we all need help, right? So any help would be much appreciated. Ross says, afternoon, kid. I got that one wrong at the weekend. So, yeah, I haven't seen you in a couple of days, Rod. Not happy. I've been looking for you. Yeah, I really thought Everton would do us a favour because you said they would. But it is what it is. Listen, we move on. It's done now. We move on to the next game. Dr. Tottenham Therapy says, you don't want to say hi to me then, charming mate. Sorry, mate. Listen, in all fairness, right? Before I come on, I went onto my YouTube and I made you a mod. It's all right. Thank me later. And a few other people as well. And then when I'm going through the chat on here and StreamYard, your message hasn't come up on StreamYard. So I didn't read it out and I was like, is it further down? So apologies. Apologies, Tottenham Therapy. Yeah, there you go. Slap my wrist. Brian Daigle's in. God said, big up, Nige, my brother, and the chat. Hope you're all well. Most importantly, pants, socks, then the trousers. Yeah, you know what? I'd agree with that. Absolutely, I'd agree with that. Always pants, obviously, socks, and then trousers. Never put trousers on before socks. That's just weird, right? That is just weird. Biker, I'm sorry, guy from the lane said, Biker here, Dr. Tottenham ghosted. I know, he's just saying hello to everyone. Bring it on. Pete saying, word of advice, Nige. Make sure you don't forget to get some beer in for Sunday, mate. Absolutely, it's got to be done, isn't it? Listen, every week feels like a cup final at the moment for Spurs. And I've said it before. Right? And this may sound stupid, but I actually quite like the fact that we're in a relegation battle. I either want to be near the top, fighting for Europe, or fighting at the bottom for relegation. Because if we're mid-table, as much as we'd be safe and that'd be wonderful, it would all be a bit dull now. I like the drama. I like the jeopardy of every game's really important. So listen, for me, I still cry if we go down, but let's hope that doesn't happen. Ghost has said, not sure what to think at the minute, mate. A good performance against Brighton, but dropped points. And then we had a terrible performance at Wolves, but picked up 3 points. You're right, mate. You're right. And he says, hard to tell how it goes from here. And this is the thing, right? It is hard to tell. We just don't know what's going to happen at Spurs at the moment. Will we get a win next game? Are we going to play well? Does it matter as far as how we play? For me, it doesn't matter. Let's just win the game. Win the game by hook or by crook. 3 points in the bag. I don't care how we get it. For me, and I think Estelle said the same, and I'm not agreeing with him. I thought the same. And I was saying it before that I'd go for 4-0. Just shut up shop. Shut up shop. Let's keep it as tight as possible. If we don't concede, we don't lose. So for me, that's what I'd be doing. Defend, defend, defend. If we can get a set piece goal or a goal on the break or a late penalty or free kick, anything, I don't care. If we draw 2 games 0-0 and win 2 games 1-0, we stay up. So for me, we stink the place out and bit like the Wolves game. I'd be more than happy if we did that for the next 3 or 4. Coffee, the Coffmeister says trousers go first. Absolutely, mate. 100%. What? Trousers go first after the pants, right? I mean, I've never put pants on top of trousers, but it is what it is. Guy from the lane said, Ghosted, we are going down quicker than a Plumstead hooker, mate. Wow, come on, Guy. Be more positive, mate. You've got it in you. You've got it in you. I know. I've seen it. I've seen that positivity before. I think you believe we're staying up, really. I think you believe we're staying up. We are staying up. Guys, are we going to stay up or are we done? Are we done? Let us know in the chat what you're thinking. Mark Taylor's in. Big up, Nige. Big up to you, Mark. I hope you're well, buddy. Mark Army and all that. I really would love to change my name to Mark. Scott M's in. Big up, Scotty. Said, I think the most likely outcome as West Ham beat Brentford and we lose to Villa. Listen, I think we probably will lose to Villa. If we could get a point, that would be amazing. But listen, I think Brentford are playing some really good football at the minute. It is one of them, though, Scott. It's all hope. It's all hope. None of us know, do we? None of us know what's going to happen. We just got to hope Brentford do us a favour. Every team that plays West Ham now, we got to hope they do us a favour, and we do our job. And us doing our job is going to be hard enough, but I think we can. I think we can at the moment. Mark Taylor says trousers before socks. Ooh, no, I need to have something on my feet before I put my trousers on. Personally, to be fair, I wear shorts most of the time, so shorts before socks. No, socks before shorts. I don't like the feeling of putting something over my legs before my socks are on. That's just me. Guy from the lane says, Scott, wow, why do you think West Ham are so good, eh? You're making it out like West Ham are this great team. See, guy, I knew you had it in you, mate. I knew you had it in you. There's some positivity there. I like it. Listen, it is what it is. West Ham are winning games, right? They've won 2 of the last 3. They're unbeaten in 3, 2 wins and a draw. So that would probably be why Scott thinks West Ham are going to win, because they are the form side out of us 2, definitely. Dr. Tottenham Therapy saying, Scott, I'm big up, mate. Do you actually want Spurs to stay up? Of course he does. Of course he does. And Scott is in the house. Big up. Come on, you Spurs. Big up to you, mate. I hope you're well. Ghost is saying, Guy, behave yourself. And Mark Taylor's agreeing with Scott. Scott, I agree, mate. It is all about opinions, guys, and that is why we love our club, right? And that's why we love YouTube, because everyone's got different opinions. Scott says, Guy from the lane, laugh out loud. Now I think Brentford are really falling off now. Did you see it last night, Scott? I actually thought Brentford played really well first half. Bit annoyed second half. I had a bet on them. So check this bet out, right? I thought it was a banker for a win. Both teams will have 1 shot on target each half, and both teams have 1 player, 1 offside in each half. First half, both teams had shots on target. Both teams were offside once. And second half, it went tits up. So, yeah, I didn't win. Absolutely gutted. Ghost is saying socks before trousers. Absolutely. I don't know where this come from. I blame Brian and the cough. You know, it is what it is. Scott says, Dr. Tottenham Therapy. Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? And then he says, pointing out the realities that we are shit and need luck doesn't mean you want to stay up. You got a point. Listen, we're not great. We're not great. It's been a terrible season. It's been a terrible couple of seasons. But it is what it is. Guy says, you know what? That's the same thing you said to me back in the day when I said West Ham were more cohesive. And Scotty says, sure, but West Ham have completely changed the way they play. And when I said it, West Ham were shit. Listen, West Ham now have picked up form, right? I don't think any of us can disagree with that. West Ham have picked up form. They're out of the bottom teams, probably the West Ham are the most informed side out of all of us. So it's a big ask. And we are going to have to rely on other teams beating West Ham. But I do think they got a tough run in. I think Arsenal's a tough game. I think Newcastle's a tough game, regardless of the season they're having. You look at the team they have on the pitch, they are more than capable of winning games. And Brentford, for me, are decent. they're a decent side. They're in the top 10. You know, oh, to be in the top 10 as a Spurs fan chasing Europe, right? Brentford are doing that. So I'd expect Brentford to beat West Ham at the weekend, but we will see. Guy says, ghosted now, mate. I keep the socks on. It's a mark of respect. Man, I can't remember the last time I kept my socks on for any of that shenanigans. Can't remember the last time I've had any of that shenanigans, let alone had socks on at the time. Pete Chambers says Brentford can't afford to play in Europe. Sounds daft, not at all. It's a massive distraction for clubs of the caliber. They could very likely cost them the league status. Interesting conversation, that, Pete. But you would think they will still want to get into Europe, right? I mean, I don't know, but I wouldn't see them dropping off, Pete. I kind of think everyone you think Spurs are playing that, you're like, yeah, Spurs will lose us because they're playing for something. But when West Ham are playing them, you're like, yeah, but the other team, they don't want to get into Europe. Um, I disagree. I think they would. Dr. Tottenham Therapy says, then have faith. What makes you think after watching this season we will ever lose to Villa? Yeah, it is one of them, isn't it? Listen, our record at Villa's not bad. Our record at Villa's not bad. I will go that far. It's not going to be an easy game. It's going to be a tough game. The hope, right? If ever you wanted hope as a Spurs fan, the hope is that Villa have two massive games in between the Tottenham game in the Europa League semi-final. What you don't want is Villa to absolutely blow Nottingham Forest out of the water first leg, win 4-0, and the game's done. What we want is a really tight game. Is it Villa Park first? A really tight game, maybe a 1-1 draw. A couple of injuries would be nice. And so they've got it all to play for in the second leg. But we will see what happens. Scott says when West Ham had less points than games played, their new players have made a big difference. And this is it. They went out in the January window and they bought players in, right? They bought players in, not fantastic players, but good players for West Ham. And every player they brought in has had an impact in some way. Whereas Spurs didn't buy anyone apart from Gallagher. And let's be honest, he's been really, really disappointing. And I don't put that necessarily on him. I just think the team have been shit. The whole mood around Tottenham has been shit. And if we're expecting a player to come in and lift that, Gallagher probably wasn't that kind of player. But it is what it is. We are where we are. As I've heard so many people say today, table doesn't lie. And it doesn't. We are 18th for a reason. As positive as I want to be, and I do want to try and be positive, I am being realistic when I say there's a really good chance we're going to go down. And I know that. I am prepared for it. As I've said so many times, as a fan, cannot say, yeah, we're going down, I give up. Because if I do that, as I've said before, I can't then have a go at the players for being shit and giving up if I've done it as a fan. So I will keep fighting to the end. Hopefully the players will as well. And whatever happens, happens. If we go down, we go down. The championship could be an exciting season next year. But anyone thinking we're going to go straight back up and win the championship, I saw someone on Facebook today or yesterday, and some guy posted in one of the Tottenham groups about, if we go down championship, it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be a fun fair. It's going to be a great ride. We're going to get over 100 points. We're going to score over 100 goals. And I'm like, are you on drugs? Are you on drugs? Anyone who thinks Spurs are going to go down and just cruise the championship, I'm sorry, you've not watched the championship. It's going to be a tough old season. Doesn't mean we can't win it. And for me, if we go down, I want us to go up as winners. I don't want to go up as runners up. I don't want to go up through the playoffs. I want to win the title. So we'll see what happens. But we're not down yet, and I refuse to give up. God, I've waffled far too long there. Sorry, guys. Guy says, no, they haven't. They've been away for a while. Like I said, Rod says, permanent injuries over the season on not just the Spurs pitch, but these new weave hybrid pitches. Yeah, and I think the Spurs are not the only ones that have it, right? I think a lot of clubs have it, but it's not only that. It's pitches have just changed so much over the years. They're rock hard now. They're rock. I'm talking like I know, like I played on Premier League pitches, but they're like really thin, aren't they? There's nothing to them. Whereas back in the old days, there was a bit of bounce to them, I'm guessing. For me, they're too hard. And that's where a lot of injuries come from. It isn't necessarily what's in the pitch. It's just the fact that they're too hard for me. That's what I'd say anyway. The Sport and Journey says, I think it's a combination of boots to shin pads to blades rather than studs, and of course the medical department. Listen, the medical department are a massive issue. Big up, Stu. Stu, I hope you're well, mate. And for me, this is why I want to bring this up. And this obviously come up this morning. It's been talked about already, but this come up this morning, and it is Mohamed Kudus. Kudus has opted to have surgery after a second opinion from Martin Gosling. Mohamed Kudus still has a chance to make the latter of the group stage of the World Cup if he does not have tendon surgery. If an operation is needed, it could take 4 to 6 months for a full recovery. Now, weird, right? Surely he needs an operation, but the Spurs management, the Spurs doctors all want him to have this operation. And then I looked up who this guy was. It's Martin Gosling. And apparently he is a professional football manager who has worked with various clubs. He is currently the head of physiotherapy at Ajax, where he collaborates with a team of colleagues in the sports industry. So he's more of a physio at Ajax. And of course, Kudus played for Ajax. And apparently he's been in Ajax for the last couple of weeks. And this is what I said. Also to be noted, Mohamed Kudus is unhappy with Tottenham. What a surprise. Kudus preferred to finish his last 2 weeks with the Ajax specialist, who had Mohamed close to coming back within 2 weeks. Something I highlighted before. Tottenham's physios ruined his rehab within 72 hours of demanding his return. Kudus had no chance of making the Sunderland game. If Tottenham stay up, Roberto De Zerbi has the task of getting the winger back on side. And I think that's really interesting. Basically, what it's saying is Kudus was nowhere near coming back, but the Tottenham medical team and Tottenham, Lange apparently flew out to Ajax himself. They wanted Kudus back and they tried to rush him back, and he's broken down again. And I think this medical team needs to be looked at. They are, in my opinion, a joke. It's not working. And listen, it is what it is. Not all of them. I'm sure some of them are decent and good at their job, but there's definitely an issue in that medical team. And with Lange, Lange has to go, right? He's got no idea about injuries, yet he's demanding that Kudus comes back from Ajax, where he's rehabbing. Who knows? If he had stayed in Ajax, he could be back now, but because he's not, because he was forced back early, he's now out for however long. And the fact that he's said no to surgery, for me, that's massive, guys. Guys, if you haven't, please smash that like, hit that subscribe button. Really would appreciate it. Scott said, Dr. Tottenham Therapy, I can't do fake faith. Sorry, I'm a logic guy. Fair play, mate. You are a logic guy, absolutely, and I love you to bits for it. Me, I am more of a faith guy. I'm a fan, yeah. And listen, we're all fans. We all think differently. We all go about things differently. I am a very much like gotta hope, gotta pray, and I'm an emotional fan. So it is what it is. I understand the logic and I understand the faith. You know, no one's right, no one's wrong. It is what it is. We all support our club differently. Guy says exactly the same here. Tottenham Therapy. Hope ain't a plan. Well, I don't know. Scott says they were awful for the majority of the season. They have been, and West Ham have really picked up, and Spurs have not, clearly. But guys, positive, right? We're unbeaten in 2. What's the matter with you lot? Come on. Unbeaten in 2 games. We're flying at the moment. Absolutely flying. Guy said, but I said they were much more cohesive than us. And that's all it needs. We need to be more cohesive as a team. Sadly, with chopping and changing all the time, it's not going to happen. And I think this is why De Zerbi's trying to keep a settled team. You notice he hasn't changed it too much. The only time he's changed is when he's had to change for injuries, right? Otherwise, it's been pretty much the same side. I wouldn't expect it to change much for the next game. Obviously, Xavi won't be in, but I'm expecting the doggy to be back. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I feel like I'm lagging a little bit on my screen. Rod said, I had a look at the old pair of Puma King compared to my lad's modern boots, and the difference isn't subtle. No, I think boots have changed a lot over the last God knows how many years. I'm not sure, but I think they have changed a fair bit. Guys, we've had one sub today, which is absolutely fantastic. Guys, don't stop subbing. Keep smashing that sub button. Really would appreciate it. And Sporting Journey has read my mind as always. I swear I don't read these messages before I stop talking. And he said, please remember to like the show and subscribe if you're new. Absolutely. Guy said, "Is not the boots either, mate. You must be trolling." Listen, I think it's a mix of everything. You know, I really do. I think, I don't know. I don't know. I've not played football for a long time, so I wouldn't know about the boots now. Colin's in, saying hi, Nige. Big up, Colin. I hope you're well, mate. And Scott says, I thought they were equally shit. So us having the lead would hold out. I thought both teams would struggle to get 35 points this season. You know what? I think it's going to be a 40-pointer that stays up. And it still wouldn't surprise me, right? If over the next couple of games, Nottingham Forest get dragged into it. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Sporting Junior says, big up to Brian Rodross says, no, honestly, not trolling. My old Puma boots are far more flexible, and the leather is really soft. I love the old Puma Kings. They were my favorite boots every season. A brand new pair of Puma Kings. They were so soft, and the tongues were massive. Absolutely loved them. Don't make boots like that anymore, Rod. They really don't. Scott says, West Ham could still lose every game, but so could we. Absolutely. And this is it. We just don't know, right? We just don't know. West Ham have better form, but they could lose all four. We could lose all four. They could win all four. I'm not going to say we're going to win all four, but we'll see what happens. Biker Years said, Enoch is Tottenham Hotspur. Slow. I'm not going to read that word because I hate it. 25 years, that's proof enough. Enough said. As for injuries, we should be sponsored by Booper. Listen, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Enoch are, at the end of the day, they are the main cause of all of this. All of this. But we are where we are. And I think the excuses I'm hearing from everybody, it's insane, isn't it? You know, from the pitch to the players, to the management, to whatever, the referees, you know, we're not getting decisions, and that's true, right? We're not getting any decisions go our way at the moment. We've not had a Premier League penalty all season, but I think just to blame the ref for us being shit is, you know, even me, and I'm positive, right? That's going a bit too far. You can do it for the odd game, but like I say, the table doesn't lie. We are where we are for a reason, and that is because we are absolute bobbins. Rod says now 30 years old. Yeah, the old Puma Kings. Pete says, folk relying on Brentford. Europe is good for some teams. For the likes of Brentford, it could come at a high price league position wise. I don't think they will want it. Listen, I don't see Brentford as the side that have just. I'd understand if no disrespect to my boys in the chat. I'd understand if a team like Leeds United, you know, got into Europe because even though they're a huge club, they've only just come up to the Premier League, and that might interfere with next season's Premier League season. But I think Brentford are an established Premier League side now, and I think they're a good Premier League side. And they play such good football, so much better than Spurs. So I don't think, for me, it would affect them as much. I don't think Brentford are a new team anymore. Just my opinion. Guy says, I play my god kids are in the academy, mate. What utter waffle. You play different boots for different pitches, and these players get boots custom made. Waffle. Guy, come on. Be nice. Be nice. Listen, it is what it is. I don't know what's causing the injuries, but something is. Something is, right? It can't just be bad luck. There's got to be something. It's got to be something. I don't know. Machina Joe said, hello, Nige. Big up to you, Machina. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you are well. Pete says, please leave a like and sub if you haven't, guys. Yeah, please sub to the channel if you haven't. And if you haven't liked, please smash that like button. Really would appreciate it. And Biker says, still needs 2 more wins and a draw. Well, it all depends on West Ham, right? Like I say, we could win. We could beat Villa. We could beat Villa. And if we did and West Ham lost, who knows? That might be the only win we need. Unlikely, but we'll see what happens. All we can do is take it a game at a time. But when I look at the fixtures, where I look, big up, Rod, you've not offended anyone, mate. It's all good. when you look at the fixtures, it's we are down to nitty-gritty now, aren't we? Danny's in. Big up, Danny. Hope you're well, mate. Send, smash a like and subscribe, please. Absolutely. Let's just get the fixtures up that's left. Because we are now down to, like I say, the nitty-gritty. We come to West Ham first. This is it for West Ham. Brentford away, West Ham, Arsenal. So West Ham at home to Arsenal, Newcastle away, and Leeds United at home. Let's be honest, how many games there do we expect West Ham to win? Because I look at them and I think they could beat Brentford, but I'm still expecting Brentford to win that game. I look at the Leeds United game at the end and I'm thinking Leeds have got nothing to play for. They're safe. They're not in the FA Cup final. Maybe that's a game that West Ham win, guaranteed. I see Arsenal beating West Ham. I see Newcastle beating West Ham. And I'm sorry, I know West Ham fans will be like, well, we beat Newcastle last season now. Whatever. I see Newcastle beating West Ham and I see Arsenal beating West Ham. So for me, it's all on the Brentford game because I think West Ham beat Leeds. So that would give them 5 points clear of Spurs. And then we look at the Tottenham fixtures and away to Villa. Tough, of course. Home to Leeds. For me, that's a game we have to win. Away to Chelsea is already a banker Chelsea win. And then home to Everton last game of the season. I know there's some Everton fans in the chat. Big up to you guys. Much love. But again, 2 home games. They're the 2 games we have to win. And I know people again will say, oh, but when you won 2 games at home all season. Yeah, of course. But we still have to win those games, right? I'm not saying we're gonna. I'm saying those are the 2 games I'm looking at and thinking we have to win those 2 games. We win those 2 games, we have a chance of staying up. We don't, and we're down. Simple as that. But guys, let's see what happens. Let me know what you think. Are you confident? Have you given up? Are you already done? Are you preparing for life in the Championship? One thing to say, if we do go down, I will be getting a Tottenham shirt with the old Championship logo on because it might be the only time we're ever down in the Championship. Agree, we may not come straight back up, but it's worth buying. And anyone who's got a Spurs shirt from this season, keep it, treasure it, stick it in a box or whatever, because that could be worth something in a few years if we go down. It could be the kit that we went down in. And we've not had a kit like that since 77. So keep it, guys. And yeah, it could be worth something. Lisa's in. Saying big up, Nigel and chat. Big up to you, Lisa. Hope you're well. And Guy says, Nige, you know that I've already looked into booking a VIP box at Charlton for next season. They quoted me around 400 quid for 10 people. Really? Fuck me. That's a game, yeah? I was going to say, if that's a season ticket for 10 people, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, mate. That's pretty good. You're not turning your back on Spurs, though, Guy, are you? You know, you can't do that. We're always Tottenham, no matter what. We're always Spurs, right? Or whoever we support in the chat. We never give up till we go down. Could never stop supporting Spurs. Rodney says Spurs are a very big club, and now 1 win keeps. Listen, we just got to hope, mate. We just got to hope. Just got to hope. JSY's in. Big up, Nige. Big up to you, JSY. I hope you're well. Guys, if you haven't, get over to Jess and smash a sub for her fantastic channel. Always doing watch-alongs. I do catch a few of them. But big up to you. And thanks for coming in. Really do appreciate it. Guy says, Scott M. To me, all I know is we aren't as cohesive as West Ham by far. That's all it takes for me to know they can keep their shit in gear and move more than we can. Listen, the way I see it is simple as this. I think West Ham are fucking shit, right? I think they're shit. Sorry to any West. If Daniela's in the chat, sorry. I think West Ham are bloody rubbish. The difference is they've got all their strikers fit, right? All their attackers are fit. So they can win games. And I think this is the one thing that annoys me about people calling Spurs shit. And currently we are, right? But when we have the amount of attacking talent that we have out, Tulu, Madison, Tudus, that's just 3. I'll add Xavi. I know he's only just got injured. We've not played a game without him. But that's 4. You've had Solanke out for most of the season. A lot of the season. I know Solanke's shit as well. But that's a lot of attacking talent. Now we've got Odegaard out for the season. And whatever you think of these players, whether you think they're good or whether you think they're rubbish, they're still part of our squad. And right now we are literally playing with the bare bones that we have for a lot of the season. We have no creativity. Whereas teams like West Ham, they have their creativity, they have their creative players. They have Bowen, they have Somerville. Tottenham don't. So I've seen West Ham games and they've been rubbish. If other teams have scored against them, they would lose. But they keep it tight. They get out of jail. They get lucky handballs that aren't given and penalties that aren't given. And then they have the quality to take the chance when they get it. For me, that's the difference, which is why I would be shutting up shop and going for 4-0 nils and hoping upon hope that we get a couple of goals here and now and win a couple of games 1-0. But we'll see. Coffee says, bloody hell. Ben says, why would you put things to prepare for shoes before your trousers? I don't know. I don't know. It's just a thing. It's just a thing. Biker Years says, we've got to be positive while there's still points to play for. Losing Xavi is a ball breaker now, unless we can get some minutes out of Madders. And this is the thing. Do we get any minutes out of Madders? I don't think we do. For me, and I know it's a crazy thought, and I know people will be like, oh, you can't. I'm hearing people say they play Souza. How old Souza? What, 18, 19? Yeah, but they won't play any of our academy kids who are the same age. Why not? Stick them in. No fear. 20 minutes to go. What have you got? You've got 20 minutes. You've got Saad to come off the bench, or you've got one of our young attackers, Bright Sparks, who are smashing it up in the under 23s or under 21s. I know where I'd go. But and I get people say it's pressure. I think these players play without pressure, right? There's no pressure on them. If they do nothing, then the rest of the team's done nothing all season. So what does it matter? Give them their wings. Let them see what they could do. You know, if Everton hadn't give Rooney his wings against Arsenal back in the day, then he wouldn't have scored that wonder goal. And look where he went from then. And he probably would have anyway. But for me, sometimes you've got to take that risk. And I think we're at that point where we have so little creativity and so little quality in those forward areas. It's worth taking a risk. It's worth taking a punt on a younger player. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Benito said, I blame the tea ladies. Yeah, I agree. I think they make awful tea at Tottenham Hotspur. And I think Coffee would agree that they make awful coffee too. Pete says, I don't mean to sound negative, Nige, but the last 2 months have made me like this. Never seen a club Spurs with so much awful luck. No, I agree. But I think in football you make your own luck, don't you? And we haven't deserved a lot of what we've got. Listen, we all knew that we've gone so long without a win, so long without a Premier League win. We got that win last week. Who knows now? Who knows? I'm not saying we're going to win every game, but it might just be the catalyst to give this club some confidence going forward. And I think we have to stop making excuses for how shit we've been. We've been really bad, and it's time now to stand up, step up, and stay up, right? It is what it is. We will see what happens. Vindaloo and Leopardthong on first, and then the Sox lads. Wow, there's a picture I can't get out of my head, Vindaloo, and I don't even know what you look like. Vindaloo saying big up to Jess, and Jess saying big up to Vinders. Pete says, is your camera working okay, Nigel? Not getting the normal quality. I don't know. Well, it is for me. But I don't know whether there, again, there's a YouTube thing going on. But I've noticed when I'm talking, there's just a slight delay. So it's either my internet or YouTube are being dicks again, but I'm not sure. I didn't say that, YouTube. Don't demonetize me, please. Benito said, if the players could squat, jump, jog off the pain, they wouldn't need the medical staff on the pitch. Exactly. And when you go down, like Xavi did, I'm sorry, that's pretty obvious it's a bad injury. When you go down like Dragishin did when he went down, that's pretty obvious it's a bad injury. I just don't get what this club are doing, but it is what it is. Guy says, makes sense. Would you rather go NHS or Bupa? I know which one I'd rather get when I got my cancer diagnosis. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. Yeah, listen, if I could afford it, but the NHS do a wonderful, wonderful job. They work hard, and big up to the NHS. Vindaloo says, come back Monday. I see you for the Arsenal game tomorrow, watching this evening's game at my cousin's. Yeah, listen, Champions League tonight, semi-finals, all kicks off, doesn't it? Sadly, I've not got TNT, so I won't be watching it. There you go. Bikey Ed said, "We're too big to go down." They said, "Shit happens. Sack Lange and Vinay now. Go back to turf. Sod this weave surfaces. As for the medical, you don't need to go online to ask for medical staff at a job site. No, you don't. You don't. It's kind of sums up where Spurs are, isn't it? When they're searching for medical staff on LinkedIn. And listen, LinkedIn's a great business site. I've got my business on there. But Tottenham Hotspur haven't hired me to clean their oven, so Sodom. It is what it is. Brian says, what has happened with rushing Kudus back is exactly what's going to happen with Maddison. The club will rush him back without a single thought of his health and well-being. Disgusting. And this is a fear, mate, isn't it? You know, as much as I want to see Madders back, it's a real fear that if he does come back, he's going to get injured again, and that could be it. For me, we need to take our time, and I know it's tough because we want to stay in the Premier League. But we can't rush players back. We just can't, because it could end his career. Vindaloo said, "Don't worry, West Ham will go down. Their fixtures are tough." Possibly. Yeah, but listen, we've got to win a game, right? Doesn't matter what West Ham do. West Ham could lose the next four, but if Spurs don't win one the next four, we're down. So we have to somehow, somewhere, get a victory. I'm not sure where. We will see. We will see. The Sporting Journey says some of will refuse an operation at West Ham. So I think it's more common than we think. Quite possibly. I didn't know that, Stu. So, yeah, listen. And I think a lot of it is still with the World Cup, isn't it? If he's been told he can make the World Cup at some point, if Ghana goes through to the latter stages, then he's going to try and take that chance, isn't he? And he can't blame him for that. But the thing is, if the players had trust in our medical staff, which they should, then this wouldn't even be a conversation piece, would it? And this isn't the first time. Romero refused to get treatment, went to Argentina to get his treatment. This isn't the first time, so it is a concern for me. Rodney saying, other fans would love us to go down and out of the league altogether, but we're a very big club and we will come back very soon if we go down. And I think, you know what? I think a lot of it is banter. Because if we went down, teams like Chelsea, teams like West Ham, teams like Arsenal, they would miss us. There's nothing wrong. I think Brian said it on his show. There's nothing like the North London derby. Chelsea love the fact they play Spurs. It's 6 points for them. West Ham, the first fixture they look at is Tottenham. So for me, yeah, I think they'd be gutted if we went down, really. But it is what it is. Let's see what happens. It is good banter, though. Cookie said, "Afternoon, all. Hope everyone's good. Big up, mate. I hope you're well. How was the allotment today? Was it good?" And JSY said, "Big up, guy from the lane. I hope you're well." Vindaloo said, "Oh shit, it's 5. Off to the gym now. In a bit." Big up, Vindaloo. You won't go, mate. You'll still be here for another 10 minutes after. But big up to you, buddy. Pete said, "Afternoon, Cookie." Guy said hello. People saying hello to each other, which is absolutely fantastic. And Ben said, "Nice, we're doing a joint party on Friday. Yeah, let's have it large, mate. Let's have it large." Sadly, I'll be working. So I don't think I'm going to be live Friday. It depends what time I finish. But yeah, so it's mine and Ben's birthday at the weekend. Friday, in fact. We are both in our early late 20s. Late 20s, Ben. Yeah, I'm 29. What are you? 26? Something like that. So yeah. Get on over, wish us a happy birthday. Much love to you, Ben. And May the 1st, best birthday in the world. Scott M says Spurs will be lucky to get 2 more points this season. You could be right. Scott, but we have to find a win from somewhere, don't we? We have to find a win from somewhere. The president said, "Big up, Nige," and everyone in the chat, burn it down. Absolutely. Listen, it's going to be burnt down, right? If we go down, it's going to be absolute carnage if we get relegated. But let's see what happens. Guy says, "Nice. They do still make the old style of Puma Kings, the same spec as the 70s version. Same with the Adidas and the Copper Mandial." Wow. I remember when the old Predators come out, when they first come out, it was like, there's this new boot that's come out. It's a Predator. You can curl a ball with it. It's like really good. And if you could curl a ball, like I like to think I had a bit of a cultured left foot. If you could curl a ball, you're like, I'm getting some of these because suddenly I'm going to be Roberto Carlos. never quite worked, and they were a bloody lot of money, and they were really uncomfortable and super ugly. So really didn't like the Predators at all. Not my boots. Colin said, "Nige, my first pair of boots had steel toe caps in the studs. Yeah, and the studs was put in with a hammer. Those old leather boots were like kicking rocks. Wow. Yeah, listen, my first pair of boots were a pair of plastic Dunlops, and I think they were probably about, I don't know, a fiver. Probably got them from the cheapest shoe shop in the world. But listen, I loved them. I loved them. But the best pair of boots I ever had, I've got to be honest, was a pair of, I can't remember what they were, Kappa boots. And I got them because Spurs had the Kappa kit. I got a pair of Kappa boots, and they were bloody lovely. Absolutely lovely. They're white, mainly white, black. To be fair, I got kicked lumps out of in that season. Went a couple of seasons getting gold boots as well because they were in the fashion at the time. Yeah, got kicked lumps out of there, but that's what happened when you're playing Sunday League pub football. It is what it is. Pete says, "Nige, the last minute Brighton goal, the late West Ham winner with injuries, etc. That's why I fear for you. But come what may, I'll be rooting for you Sunday night." Thank you very much, mate. Listen, for an Arsenal fan, you're one of the best ones. In fact, you are the best one. Yeah, listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. We are where we are, right? And we will finish when we finish. Let's just hope. Let's just hope we have a North London derby next year. Guy says, "RB at Leeds game." I think Leeds are going to give it on that game. Listen, they might, but for me, that's the game we have to win, Guy. That's the one. Forget the rest for the time being. That is the one game we have to win. And if we can pick a point up against Villa or a point up against Chelsea, it gives us a chance. Win at home to Leeds, pick a point up in one of our two away games, and it goes to the last game of the season. Don't, and we're down, sadly. So that's where I am with it. Scott said, "Lose, lose, draw." I love you, Scott. I love you, mate. I really do. Um, just makes me laugh every time he's either on a show or he's in the chat. Some of the stuff he puts in the chat, I'm just like, I can't help but laugh at it. And not in a nasty way. It's just like, oh, Scott's there, giving it large. And Scott said, "I only got a draw because Everton will be safe, and they have, if they have any reason to go, it will be at 4 losses." Listen, I think Everton will be playing for a place in Europe, won't they? Right, so they still have a lot to play for as well. And this is the thing: everyone's got stuff to play for. It's not going to be straightforward for any team. But we'll see. Like I say, Leeds for us might be the one game because Leeds are safe to all intents and purposes. It would be a miracle if Leeds got sucked into it now. I think Leeds are safe. So when we play them, maybe they won't have much to play for. Maybe they won't be taking it too seriously. I don't know. We'll see. Jamie says, "I think there will be one win, one draw, two defeats from those 4 games as neutral." And that's me being hopeful for Spurs. There's not a lot of positivity around here, is there, guys? I understand it. Listen, I understand it. We've been awful. Big up to you, Jamie, mate. I hope you're well. Um, and Rod says our squad is one, if not the smallest in the league, Nige, and it's starting to look very tired now. I like that. I like that, Rod. Keep getting tired. Hopefully, listen. Hopefully, you get a couple of wins. Guarantee you. It'd be good to see Everton back in Europe. I've got to say, I'm a Spurs fan from the '80s, so I remember Everton being a massive team in the '80s, winning leagues, winning Cup Winners' Cup. With Ratcliffe and Sheedy and Graham Sharp, and they had a great side. Adrian Heath, it was a good Everton side. So I'd like to see Everton back in Europe. I think they deserve it. Claire's in, big up. Claire said, "Pete, thanks. I think most want us down. Going to take a miracle. Not sure we got enough. I think West Ham are stronger." Yeah, I think, listen, West Ham are the form side, aren't they? They're winning games, but like I said, we're unbeaten in 2. So you never know. The fact that all of our attacking threat is gone, for me, that's the difference in the two sides, right? If we had our attacking players fit, I think we'd be fine. They've got their attacking players fit. So even though they're still really crap, they have got the quality just to get those wins over the line. Whereas sadly, we haven't. We are going to have to rely on set pieces. Or sadly, Mateus Tal. That's about where we are at the moment. We're going to be relying on Tal as our most creative player. Let that sink in, guys. Um, yeah, maybe I'm not so confident now. We will see. Thomas says Chelsea will go all out and win and send us down. That's a game we should be worried about. I'm terrified about that game, Thomas, but we have 2 games before that. So hopefully we'll win the next 2 games. We don't have to worry about the Chelsea one so much. We can lose it. But let's see. Scott says, my concern in the Leeds game is a draw does them well. They won't open up and we need that. Just, yeah, that's true. If they just sit back and let us have possession, we're going to struggle to break them down. That is a concern. You are right there, Scott. The Sport of Journey said that Leeds lose to Burnley, which I doubt Spurs will beat us. Yeah, I mean, listen, Leeds hopefully will beat Burnley. That will guarantee them safe, and then they can just go to the beach, have fun. You know, it is what it is. Kate's in saying, Nige, sorry, late in. Nige, hope you're well. I'm big up, Kate. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for joining. Much appreciated. Get those 2 likes in as always, Kate. I hope you're well. We haven't really talked about Lange so much yet, so if you want to talk about him, we can. Guy says, why doesn't he believe me when I say I have no hope? I think you do, Guy. I think you do have hope. I think he's there somewhere. But listen, we'll see. Surreal says, I've got an OK jersey home shirt of this season. I wonder if that would be worth much in a few years. Listen, I'm sure it will. It's a real one, mate. No one would ever know. No one would ever know. The quality is so similar, apparently. Um, yeah, I don't know. I like OK jersey though. They do some good tops. And I will be doing a giveaway. Once I'm going to try and get myself to 2K. Once I get anywhere near 2K, I will be doing a giveaway of a Spurs shirt. It will be OK jersey. Just so you know, it will be OK jersey. It won't be a real one. Christ, I'm not spending 100 odd quid in a shirt. But let's get there first. Let's see what we can do. Kate says hi to everyone. Big up, Kate. Just going through the people who haven't said anything yet. Josiah, big up, mate. Said Tottenham are crap as well. Don't mince your words, mate. Just say what you mean. Say what you mean. You are right, though. We are crap. But listen, we will see what happens. Machina Joe says Moyes will lose his next 4 games and make it 6 defeats in a row by the end of the season. Spurs getting 3 points from Everton. City will to Everton next. Moyes out. Wow. I thought Everton were having a really good season, mate. I thought they were really unlucky against West Ham. I thought they should have won the game. And I thought they were super unlucky against Liverpool. I think they dominated the second half. And it's just an absolute sucker punch towards the end, wasn't it? But listen, it is what it is. Fans see different, don't they, right? Fans of different clubs see different things. Scott says West Ham are shit, but we are equally shit. It is the shit of the shit. We are both terrible. We just got to hope, right? We just got to hope. Scott said we don't have any attacking talent, and that is the problem. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All of our attacking talent is injured. We are relying on Richarlison and Mawani and Tell. Let that sink in, guys. We are relying on Mawani, who scored what? 1 Premier League goal all season. Richarlison, who's got 9. And Tell, who's, let's be honest, most people think he's shit. I think he tries, but try doesn't win you games, right? That's our front 3 for the rest of the season. That's where we are. We might get Solanke back. Is that such a big thing? Not really. And that is why I would bring in one of the youngsters. Say, there you go, bang, do it. But it is what it is. Ben says West Ham have a top player in Jared Bowen. They do. And some of it on the other side, they have danger. They have threat. And sadly, Spurs don't. But doesn't mean we can't stay up, guys. Because defensively, saying this, not really thinking what I'm saying, defensively, we should be able to shut up shop, right? We should be able to shut up shop. We have a good defence. Good defence. We have all our midfielders fit now, pretty much, defensively. Yeah, we put Paulinho in there, we got a chance. Let's see what happens. Guy says Solanke is shit. I agree. He's also injured. Scott said Odegaard is worse than United. Man, I like Odegaard. I think he's one player that I can actually see something in. But he's injured as well. So Listen, I think Odebear will be one of our main players next season, right? When we're in if we're in the championship. Of course, he's not back till around Christmas anyway, is he? Molo's in. Big up, Molo. Not seen you before. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Really would appreciate it. Said teams around us pulling off crazy results and playing well. Their captains standing up. VAR, referee nonsense, ridiculous injuries is all too much to overcome. It has been one of those seasons, has it, when it just feels like everything has gone against us. And maybe it is. Maybe this is our time, right? I'm sure every team in history will have a time when they get relegated. Maybe this is our time. Maybe. I refuse to give up yet, though. I refuse to give up yet, though. I'm with Rodney. West Ham will go down. Big up, Rodney. I'm with you, mate. West Ham will go down. Kate says West Ham did something we didn't to get some transfers in, which Lange and Vinay didn't do. Absolutely wet lettuce. Get him out of the club. And I agree. Listen, West Ham brought players in, whether they're good enough or not, doesn't matter. They brought players in, freshened up the squad, and they're scoring goals and they're getting results. Tottenham didn't, and this is where we are. But listen, we didn't want to buy anyone because we had players coming back, right? Remember? It is what it is. Happily North, big up, mate. Said West Ham are fifth in the form table of the last 6 games. Spurs are 18th. Absolutely right. What's the form table of the last 2 games, though, Happily North? Tell me. I don't think Spurs are 18th there, but we will see. Josiah said, how are West Ham crap if we are 5th in the form table? Listen, the league table doesn't lie, Josiah. The league table doesn't lie. We are both crap, right? West Ham have picked up form, which is fantastic, but both teams are crap. We are where we are because we're both shit, right? So let's see what happens. And like I said before, West Ham have a chance of staying up and probably will stay up because they have that attacking talent. Tottenham are absolutely ravished with injuries in the attacking third, and that's what's stopping us from winning games, in my opinion. Just an opinion, though, guys. Scott M says our young players are garbage. Yeah, I know, but our first team is garbage as well, Scott. So this is where I am. I'd much rather see a young player come on. The name's gone out of my head right now, but a young player come on that rather than Sarr in the last 15 minutes, you know. But it is what it is. Jamie said West Ham are doing well since January. Can't fault them really. That win over Everton was a big deal. It was a massive win for West Ham. If Everton just could have held on for a point, then we would have been out in the bottom 3 and things would have looked a lot different. Rod said, keep your eye on those Bayers knives. The headband is a weak point. At least they are replaceable. Mine went after about 6 months. Fair, yeah. I do like that. Happily North says Chelsea are 19th in the form table, so there's hope. Yeah, exactly. Then we beat Chelsea, right? Because form table says we will. Listen, form goes out of the window this time. At this point, you know, we've just got to win games by hook or by crook. Pete says, Nige, what's your opinion on De Zerbi? Mine is he's not a total manager. He's a people pleaser. Ooh, the fact he's wasted 2 subs and 2 massive games, Dice wouldn't have. Listen, hey, I don't think he's a people pleaser. I think he's anything but that. But I get what you mean. Listen, for me, Madison could have come along, and anyway, he didn't need to be on the bench. If he's not fit, don't put him on the bench. He could have come anyway with the squad. He could have sat in and around the bench anyway. You know, he's a Tottenham player. He still can be there. Didn't see a need to put him on the bench if he's not fit. I think it was one to give fans hope, maybe to give the fans hope in that home game against Brighton, get the fans up a little bit, which I think worked. But if he's not fit now, what's the point of putting him on the bench? It just seems like a wasted sub. And as Zerbi, for me, I think if we go down, I don't think he's here. I've said it from the start. I think if we go down, I think he goes. For me, if we stay up, of course he stays. He gets a massive bonus, and we go from there. But I honestly don't think he will manage in the championship. So we'll see what happens. Jamie says PSG Bayern Munich on Amazon Prime tonight, 8 p.m. kickoff. You have it, Nige. Should be a good game. I have got Amazon Prime, so I might look into it. Nice. Usually when it's on Amazon, it says you have to pay for like TNT. But listen, I'll have a look anyway. Hopefully it is on. And Pete says, Nige, do the PTB thing, mate. Possibly, yes. I do need to do that, but yeah, I'm not going to admit it live on stream, am I? What a crazy thing to do. Scott says Lancashire has less goals than Adam Armstrong, who has played for Wolves half the season, less than Bamford, and almost twice the games, less than Kiefer Moore. If we suggested bringing in any of them, I'm in agreement with that. I do think Lancashire's got a lot of talent. I like him, and his goals at the weekend, both of them were fantastic, both very different goals. But he's not the answer, right? He's not the answer. What I'm talking about is and I can't remember the young kid's name who plays for us, who scored like hundreds of goals. The double barrel guy who's played a couple of times for us this season. For me, having him on the bench just to come on with 10 minutes to go when teams don't know about him, I think is worth a shot. But I'm in agreement with Lancashire. I like him. I don't think he's ready. I think he comes into the squad next season if we win the championship, but he still wouldn't be a starter for me. But he's got talent. There's no doubt about it, Scott. He has got talent. Scott said our fans would revolt, but because we signed a far worse Lancashire when he was 18, our fans want that level of crap on in our side. Madness. Yeah, listen, I don't know. It's a difficult one. If we go down, this is what we're going to be lumbered with, right? Because we're not going to be getting anyone of any real talent in. It's going to be championship style football. Guy says, all right, chat and Nigel, I'm off now to the gym. Plyometrics day. Enjoy your days, nights, and afternoons. Big up to you, guy. Have a good one, mate. Much love. Johnny Stokes putting in a super sticker, $4.99. Thank you so much, mate. Really, really do appreciate that. Never ask for super stickers or anything like that. All memberships, they are available. But I do ask you to smash that like and hit subscribe button if you haven't. But big up to you, John. And he says, get that bacon roll, Nige. I will. I will get that bacon roll, mate. I will not say where I'm getting it from, though, because Ben is in the chat. Though I do like a Costa bacon roll. UK Darren fan says, Kate, I don't want us to go down. I don't think anyone wants us to go down, do they? Really? I don't think they will. I don't think they do. Ben says, 31. I'm afraid you are an absolute young pup. Absolute young pup. Oh, to be 31 when I was 31. Ooh, I was having children. I was having children. My second Charlie was coming along, and he's 21 now. So yeah, it is what it is. Lee said, everyone hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. Big up to you, Lee. Thank you so much, guys. If you haven't, get over to Lee Statham TV. He's a Leeds fan, but he's a good one. Get over and smash the subscribe for him. He's a growing channel and does some sterling work. He's an absolute inspiration to everyone. So get over there and hit that subscribe button. For me, thank you very much. Jamie says, happy birthday, Nigel Ben, for Friday. Nice bank holiday weekend too. Certainly beats mine. Christmas Day. Oh, Christmas Day. Jesus. I used to date a girl, a woman, whose birthday was Christmas Eve. And yeah, that was weird. But Christmas Day, man, I apologize. That it is what it is. Colin says, my birthday also Friday night. Big up to you, Colin, mate. I'm not going to ask how old you are. Probably the same age as me, right? But happy birthday for Friday too. See, I said May the 1st is the best day for birthdays. Just the best people have birthdays on that day. So big up to you, Colin. And happy birthday for Friday. Drula's in saying, big up, Nigel chat. Big up to you, Drula. I hope you are well. Guys, really enjoyed the show today. It's been a good one. I will be stopping in a minute. I've gone longer than I thought I was going to go, but I'm just loving talking to the chat. Ghost is saying, big up to my fellow Taurus brothers. Absolutely ghosted. When's your birthday, mate? Have you had it? Is it coming? But yeah, Taurus, I love being a Taurus. Taurus the ball. We are strong, stubborn, like our food. And yeah, but I'm a bit of a sensitive soul, I must admit. Kate says another imposter is under this name. Side Dancer said Puma Kings never failed me. Absolutely loved Puma Kings. If you didn't wear Puma Kings, you weren't a good footballer. I mean, it was what it is. Ben says, I love the Nike Mercurial Vapors. I can't remember what it looked like. I'm going to have to look them up. But it was always, I never really looked away from that one season I wore Predators that were horrific. Never looked away from Puma Kings. It was always a Puma King. Apart from the one season again, I had Kappa boots. And they were my favorite boots because they were just so soft. It was lovely. Ghosty says, spot on, Kate. And it's a troll. Never realised, guys, I got mods in there. We'll sort out any trolls, give them a good slap, you know. It is what it is. Side Dancer saying, big up to everyone. Big up to you, Side Dancer. Hope you're well. And Guy from Lane saying, kick them out. That's again another imposter. So, guys, if you see them, kick them out. Kick them out. Can't be done with trolls in here. Rod said Patrick were really good too, but a bit narrow for my fat feet. Fair play. Pete says, was it Kappa? That legend has it, KKK stitch to the boots trainers. I don't know actually. Mine was just like I just had a big like the two were back to each other, and yeah, loved them, loved them. Ben saying Total 90s were elite, by the way. Yeah, I loved the Total 90s kit back in the day. Was jealous of Arsenal Brazil because I just loved the kit. And now Spurs pretty much have a Total 90 away kit, right? And it's shit because we're losing it every week. And Drewler said my first boots were knee high. Wow. I mean, listen, hey, it is what it is, but I'd pay to see that. That would be fantastic. Jamie said my first pair were Umbros, but my favourite football boots that stand out in memory was Nike Total 90s. I was more of a rugby player though, so Cougar Canterbury for me. I hated rugby. I'm too small for rugby. I'd get absolutely destroyed. Whenever we did rugby at school, if it was PE day and it was rugby, I'd come up with an excuse not to play. I'd get my mum to no, I ain't playing rugby. Or I'd be stuck on the wing and never get the ball, which was good. Or just look past it. Oh, is there no one there? Sorry about that. Yeah, it is what it is. Just going through the chat. Guys, don't keep smashing that like button. Really would appreciate it. And keep smashing the sub. Drula saying these boots were made for walking. Absolutely. What a great song. Machina's Joe said Everton get in Europe. No chance. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. There's still lots of games to play, isn't there? I'm just going through the chat. Pagey's in. Said evening peeps, evening Pagey. I hope you're well. And Pete said there's a fake channel, guys. Yeah, there's a few fake people come in. Guys, if you see them, just kick them out. It is what it is. And Kate says, Nige, you got 2 likes on my old phone and I've not been working, but my friend got it working. So 2 likes for me today. Thank you, Kate. Much appreciated, guys. Don't forget to smash that like. It is so important. And if you haven't, hit the subscribe button as well. Got anyone who's got StreamYard, is it just me or they put that new comments at the bottom? It's really hard to scroll down. I keep on flicking onto something I shouldn't be. And it's yeah, it is what it is. Guys, Stig's in. I was just about to end it. Stig's in. So we've got to basically show league winning form to stay up. Miracles can happen. Comedy Spurs. This is exactly what we've got to do, right? We've got to show league winning form to stay in the Premier League. And this is where we are. Hopefully we do that, but we will see. Kate says Lange out. P45 now. Absolutely. Pete Chambers said road to 2K subscribers. I think that might be a dodgy person, but big up to you. Brian says West Ham are in much better form than us and fighting for their lives. They are showing so much more than we are. They are, mate. They are, mate. All I can say is we're unbeaten in 2, and that's what I'm going to cling on to until the weekend when it could end, but it might not. And then he says, Alfie Divine, ole, ole. Listen, he's going to be playing for us in the Championship next season if we go down, isn't he? Absolutely 100%. And Scott Ems, that's the one. Luca Williams Barnett, absolutely. See, I'd much rather give him 10 or 15 minutes at the end of a game than bring on a Sarr or for me, even a Gray, or because at least he gives us something. He will offer something. It may not work, but I'm at the stage now where because we have no creativity, we might have to turn to a kid. And listen, we do the same if it was Mikey Moore, we'd be asking for the same, right? Luca Williams Barnett is the player we've got there that could do something. Whether he does or not, I don't know. I don't know. But let's see. Surreal says, if we go down, I won't miss Woolwich and Chelsea to usually beat us. So it's just done and boring. Yeah, you have a point. You have a point. absolutely have a point. Scott saying, big up, Nige. Keep that delusion going. I'm absolutely gonna. I'm absolutely gonna. Until there is no way I can anymore. Got to keep hoping. Got to keep praying. Collins and Williams Barnett is the boy, Nige. Also give Aluse a crack. Yep, absolutely. Listen, we've got to try something. We've got to try something. Um, guys, I am gonna call it a day now. My comments thing is playing silly buggers. Hasper's in. Big up to you, Hasper. I hope you're well. He said he will just put Bergval in the 10 and Bergval in the 10 and Tao on the left, Richie up top. I think you're absolutely right. I think that's almost certainly what he will do. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. Much love to each and every one of you. Enjoy your Tuesday evening if you're watching the Champions League. Hopefully, Harry Kane does the business for Bayern Munich and they go through. Love to see a Bayern Arsenal final and sorry, Pete, and Harry Kane get a hat trick in the final. That would be a dream. But we will see what happens, guys. Have a great evening. And as always, much love and come on, you Spurs.